Everyone on social media is panicking about the job market in 2026, saying engineers are being replaced by AI. There's too many engineers, it's oversaturated. I just came to tell you that is not true at all. As a professional in the industry, it is hard to find new people to come into the market, and you are super in demand. The problem, and there is a problem, is that all of the new grad resumes that I see, and I've reviewed hundreds over the last year, all look exactly the same. It's the same irrelevant projects, the same mix of classes, and all these random irrelevant skills that have nothing to do with the job they're applying for. Today, I'm giving you the cheat sheet to finding your first electrical engineering job in 2026. We're going to go over the actual skills firms want, the single most important thing to set yourself apart, and then the application strategy to actually land that first job. So to start off, there's a hard truth, something that I wish I knew before I graduated. An electrical engineering degree is not a reason why you should be getting hired. It's not. It's the bare minimum to even be considered for the job. When people come into an interview, it's like, why should we hire you? That's what we're trying to understand in the interview. Why should we hire you? And if your answer is, I have an electrical engineering degree, dude, that's not a good enough answer. It's not. It's you don't have the skills that we use at the job. You went to school and you graduated a program. Okay, so did 20,000 other people this year. So if you're an electrical engineering grad and a fast learner, like it's not going to cut it in most applications because someone else is going to come in with the skills that you don't have that we actually need. And that's who we're going to hire. School taught you Laplace transforms and microcontrollers and MATLAB. And dude, that is not the things that we use on the job, and that is not what we're hoping to see on your resume. And to make this even worse, there is a shortage of engineers. We need more people. So everyone at work, they're slammed with work. And if they want to train the new person, what does that mean? It means they have to take less time on the projects to train the new person, which hurts the business, right? Because they're not getting paid to train you. So when you have those skills, it solves both of those problems. In 2026, firms are looking for three things in new engineers. One is the ability to use the software. Two is the ability to use the engineering calculations that is actually needed for that job. And three is a commitment for the field you're applying for. So in the MEP construction industry, which is where I work, we want to see that you have Revit experience. We want to see that you've designed a building like power plans, single line diagrams, lighting plans before. And we want to know that you're interested in MEP. Like if you have those skills, you know what you're getting into, you're committed to growing in this industry. Because one of the things that engineering firms are really scared of is a new grad comes on with no experience, no idea about this field. They come on for a year. We invest in their training for a year. They're not producing much at all because they don't have any of the skills to do the work. They get in 1 year and then they leave. And then we have to do it all over again. But don't just take it from me. Let's go look at the actual job postings, because this is what the employers are actually writing up, saying, this is what we're looking for. Let's go to LinkedIn and look up electrical engineer jobs for Columbus, Ohio. 800 plus results. And if we start looking through these, you'll be able to see what are the skills that they're looking for. Key skills and abilities needed for the position: AutoCAD, Revit, SKM, AGI 32, Bluebeam. Let's go to another one, okay? MS Consultants. Specific responsibilities include utilizing AutoCAD and Revit software, working knowledge of these codes, power distribution, power systems, lighting, fire alarm. Let's go to another one. HC Solutions Group. They want Revit or AutoCAD required. MEP, building systems design, building codes, NEC. All of these jobs are asking for the same set of skills, right? It's Revit, AutoCAD, building codes, building design, power systems, lighting. Like these are the things that we actually do and that we want to see. And so when you submit a resume that says microcontrollers, circuits, MATLAB, it just shows that you have none of the skills we're looking for, and we're not going to call you in for an interview. So what can you do? I get it, because I was in the same place. I was applying with a resume that said microcontrollers, circuits, and I didn't have a job for months. I couldn't get interviews. I didn't know what was going on. And I've seen so many students in the exact same place, because that's what a lot of colleges are teaching you, right? They're giving you this super broad set of skills, but it's not applying to the industry. So what can you do? You can learn these things on your own. Now that you know what skills the jobs are asking for because you've looked it up on the job applications, you can go and learn them. Does your school offer any courses that have these classes? If so, take them. If not, you can go learn them online. And the single most important thing that you can do to land one of these jobs is build a portfolio of a relevant project experience. So for example, in my industry, MEP, if you can create a set of construction documents for a building that shows, hey, I used Revit to do this. I did the power and the lighting. I followed the NEC code to do it. Here is a PDF set that you can send along with your resume. And then when you get the interview, you can talk through it. It shows that you have the technical skills to do the work. And then it solves that whole issue of commitment, right? Like you know what you're getting into. I'm not worried this person's going to come in and realize, hey, I actually can't stand designing buildings in Revit because they've never done it before. So you solve all three of those things with the project portfolio. It makes the interview process go so much smoother when you just talk through your project, because when I'm interviewing engineers, I'm not saying what's your strengths and weaknesses. It's just tell me about your project experience, right? And if you are like what I was doing, talking about Conway's Game of Life that you wrote in machine language during an interview for a building design job, bro, it makes no sense. And this is exactly what we help students do at BETI. We'll give you the software and we'll guide you on how to create an actual portfolio that matches exactly what engineering firms are looking for, right? You'll design a building, you'll learn how to design power systems and follow the code and design lighting. And so that then you can add that to your resume. You can send a PDF set of construction drawings along with your application that say, hey, here's my portfolio. And then when you get the interview, because you show that you have the skills that they're looking for, you can just talk through the project the whole time. And that whole interview process is so much smoother. And then when you get the job, you know what you're getting into, and you come in day one with the skills that the firm is looking for. So if you're interested in MEP building design, there's a link down below in my description where you can sign up with me to hear more details about that. Every single student that we've had has reported getting more interviews within the first month of adding Revit experience to their resume, right? Once you have what the firm actually needs you to do, you've set yourself apart from 99% of people. So I get that it's frustrating not to have these skills, but it's also your opportunity. You figure out what the firms want, you learn that on your own, you add it to your resume, and that's all it takes to really stand out. I'm just going to use the MEP field as an example, but this applies to all fields of electrical engineering. Go back to your resume. At the very top, put I'm interested in a job in the MEP design field because I have Revit experience and I've designed projects before and I want to put that to good use, right? Like something like that right at the very top. And then you can put your Revit certification and your Revit project experience, put numbers in there, say, I designed a coffee shop that was 2,000 square foot. I worked underneath a licensed professional engineer to design the power plans and the single line diagrams and the lighting and all of the stuff that they listed on that job posting. Just put that right on your resume, right? Because that's exactly what they're looking for. And then you can take off MATLAB and Quartus and PCB design, right? That the stuff that has nothing to do with a job you're applying for. Take that off, just put on what applies, and then you can send out that resume through LinkedIn and you'll be hearing back within weeks. That's how you get hired, because in 2026, we're not looking for you to understand theory and Laplace transforms. We're looking for you to be able to do the work that we actually need you to do once you get the job. I hope this helps you in your journey. If you've got any questions, let me know down in the comments and subscribe for more real engineering content like this.